How you doing? I'm John Parker. I'm here with the PPN. This morning we received some information that is quite concerning. We have verified that the local hospital has been ordered by the FBI to ramp up their blood supply 2 to 3 times the amount, along with plasma. They've brought in other resources from other hospitals in the surrounding area and around Oregon. The FBI has brought in their own combat medical surgical teams. There's currently a life flight in the area on standby, along with, where am I at? Along with the, over in Boise, Idaho at the Gowan Airfield, there's currently some new assets on the ground with heavy security around them. I can't confirm what type of birds they are at this moment, but they're new as of last night. They have also, the military has restricted the airspace above our heads at the moment in Lake County and Harney County. These are all new that came up this morning altogether. The request for the blood and plasma has been confirmed by at least 4 different individuals in the community who either work for or have family members that work for the hospital.
Okay, I need to ask you about that because we just went in and spoke to a couple of people at the emergency room, and they were taken by surprise. They had not heard a word.
According to the individuals we've spoken to, everybody's been ordered to be quiet about it. And people are afraid of losing their jobs just as much as these people are afraid of losing their property.
Sure.
Okay. So we wanted to get that out to the people because if they're ramping up for something, if they're going to create a bad environment, we need not only us to be prepared for it, but we need the people in Harney County to be aware of what's going on. We've said it before, we'll say it again. There will be no more free Wacos, and we stand by that.
As a pilot myself, I just went and tried to file a flight plan over Harney County and got trying to file the flight plan. I didn't get any issues trying to file a flight plan anywhere over Harney County except for the except for the Burns Airport.
So if you go on the sua.faa.gov website,
okay,
look at their flight or their airspace restrictions, and over the night they have restricted 2 different areas over Harney and Lake County.
All right, I'll go up there and get another look.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you with the car driving by.
I said, okay, I'll go up there and get another look. I mean, I just use this normal pilot flight plan filing procedure, and it didn't give me any issue, but it might not have worked its way down into our units yet. So, all right, that's all I wanted to know.
Go slow. Is there any? I'm just asking if there's any other information that they have that.
At this time, that's all the information we have, but we really wanted to make sure that the residents of of Harney County and Burns are aware of the ramping up that's going on. BJ was able to speak with a special or a FBI agent and a lieutenant for the Harney County Sheriff's Department. They didn't deny anything.
Did they confirm it?
They said that it was standard operating procedures.
Okay. That's a little odd. If they've been out here 3 weeks and all of a sudden that's...
Right, standard operating procedures to be put in place 3 weeks after something started, especially when they're talking about peaceful resolution. We're sitting here trying to get open dialogue between the FBI, the Sheriff's Department, and those up at the refuge. And the only people willing to talk are the people at the refuge. Everybody else wants to give ultimatums.
Yeah, I find it myself. I find it extremely concerning. Let me turn my mic up. I was like way too loud earlier in the bunkhouse, and I think it was freaking everybody out. So give me a second here. All right, can you hear me better now?
Sure, I couldn't hear you before.
All right. Anyway, where was I at? Yeah, the big concern is you have this meeting going on tonight with the sheriff. And I'm wondering if possibly everybody focused there, something else could go down. elsewhere. You know, just doing logistics myself and being former military, that's kind of how that works. They'll get everybody busy somewhere else and then go after the target.
Well, you know, they have two things going on. You've got the judges thing going on, and then you got the Chris Ann Hall event, which will probably have the majority of the people at.
If I'm not mistaken, Chris Ann is from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock, and then the other one doesn't start till 7 o'clock. So they
That's
might
what
be
I
able
understand
to.
as well.
They might be able to make, well, most of both.
Well, after people go and get educated at Chris Ann Hall, maybe they can go over to their elected officials meeting and educate them.
Now let's see. Chris Ann is going to be back out at the fairgrounds where she was last night, right?
I believe so. I wasn't there last night.
Okay. And then the judge is going to have his meeting at the high school up on Monroe. Is that right?
That's my understanding.
Okay. I just want to clarify that for everybody so they know where to go.
Yes. And then
Oh, we will be. Well, I appreciate you guys coming out and getting this message out for us. I mean, by all means, check and cross-check. We spent all morning doing just that. Eyes and ears on the ground are local who know what's going on. And when we get 3 to 4 different people telling us the same information, you've got to do something with it.
Right. I got some. Hold on. Let's wait for that car to go by. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. I have some people over at Anonymous that are doing a what's called a web post-mortem to timeline all this. You know, what we can find on the web. I know not everything happens on the web with you guys. And I also got Jason Bentano from Oath Keepers is helping me try to put some dots together as well for you guys, so that if this ends up being like, you know, like if you remember 2 Sundays ago, the FBI was going to attack the refuge as well. So
No, what happened the other day was not the same. We got reports of suspicious white vehicles in a convoy headed that way.
right.
Nobody ever said anybody was under attack or was going to be under attack. We just went under sort of an alert type of situation so that we could go and monitor what was going on. Nobody said, on my end, nobody said that anything was under attack, but we did respond out there just in case, just to see what was going on.
All right.
If anything was to escalate, we could then make further calls from there.
Well, I appreciate that, because now that's clear. We've always heard the scary version of the story. So now we got a more realistic version of the story that sounds more realistic to me.
Okay, hold up a second, Mike.
So
Okay.
the confirmations of the SOP of all this ramping up being just standard third week operating procedure was a lieutenant with the Harney County Sheriff's Office. I don't remember a name, but I know his star had Lieutenant Harney County Sheriff. And meet him. Okay.
Meet him.
Meet him. And then the FBI agent, I had walked away and come back before he got there and introduced himself, but
his name was Tim.
The FBI agent's name was Tim.
I take it he wasn't in any form of a uniform.
But I appreciate your guys' time. I
Thank
do
you.
have to get going. I appreciate
Thank
you guys
you.
coming out. This is very important information, and I believe that.
I appreciate all of you.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much,
again.
you guys.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Oh, yeah. Hang on. We're getting back in the vehicle here. The camera went sideways on him. I don't know how to fix it.
It looks okay to me.
Turn the camera around all the way around 360 degrees and it'll reset itself.
That work?
No, turn it another 90 degrees. Keep going. Yeah, it doesn't seem to want to reset. Okay, there we go. We're back. All right. So anyway, just did it again. Don't worry about it.
Hold on, I'm gonna get it. I'm determined. Let's see, because in here.
Yeah, basically, I'm getting a skyscraper view, but there we go. All right, we're back. There we go. We're good.
Now you're gonna get my rainy windshield.
That's fine. Tell me what exactly happened at the hospital.
Basically, I walked into the hospital.
Into the emergency room.
Right.
I walked in the front entrance first.
Oh, okay.
Asked them, I said, I've been seeing reports about a trauma center being set up and just wanted to know if there was anything that was going to have to be handled between the refuge out there and the FBI. And the first lady told me she didn't know, and she took me into an office with a different lady.
Now I have to tell you, Brett looks like a down-home local boy.
Right.
And they took him as such.
Right.
Okay? They were very comfortable talking to him because he did look like a local and sounded like one.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I have to be honest. From what I'm looking at and from what I'm getting at from a couple of my points is they're playing games with everybody's heads out there. That's just my humble opinion. Just to get everybody wound up, I think they're testing response times.
That very well could be. But the second lady gave me the same story, and she said she's in charge of the ER, and she would know.
Right.
She denied that they're setting it up. And then we drove around the block in front of the courthouse, and these the PPN folks waved us down to ask if we could get this out live stream.
Right. Okay, and second question. Now, I don't know how observant you are in this. I do this all the time because I just retired from a job working as an IT tech for multiple hospitals. Is there helipad on the roof or off the side of the building? That looks like a Ford.
As a matter of fact, we can drive over there and keep you on the live stream and show it to you.
Yeah, that would be cool. I want to see anything's there. And then, did you see anybody that looked like they were dressed to be in place, but these guys, they always have on winter combat boots, the kind of beige ones with the thick soles?
Nope, there was nobody like that there.
All right. I can always spot them by their haircut and their boots every time. They try to blend in, but they're just incapable.
All right, now hopefully we won't lose you. Did we lose you?
No, you're fine. And when you went out to the airport, you didn't see any extra activity? When you went out to the air, I don't know if you can hear me anymore, but when you went out to the airport, did you see any extra activity out there other than what you saw yesterday or the day before?
Nothing new.
Nothing new. Okay.
And I took some pictures for comparison, and it's been nothing new.
Right. You know, and I didn't see. Did you see any plates on any of the cars? Any federal plates? At the hospital there?
No. But like I say, we'll drive through and we'll show you everything. Here's the other side of. Now, I'm on the wrong side of the car to show you the best shot. We're going around the back side of the courthouse where they've got it all fenced in.
Right. Is that new fence?
No.
Okay. Have you seen any FEMA coffins?
No.
Okay. You know me, I always got to try to be a little funny if I can get away with it.
Well, it's funny until you see them.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I got 50 of them in my backyard because the end of my field is a graveyard, and they put them on top of every casket they put in the ground.
Really? Brett's taking the long route back over there.
Yeah, I was going to say, what are we going to go visit Joe Bob?
Go that way, Brett. Yeah, all right.
Are you looking for the Dairy Queen?
Actually, that's one thing they don't have. I kind
Yes,
of
they
miss it.
do. You didn't look. It's Dan Monroe. I'm more observant than you. Okay. Okay, we're coming up to the hospital here. Sorry about the jiggling on the screen.
Oh, that's absolutely fine. Just people want to see. All right, those vehicles right there, none of the, okay, those all look local. The truck with the rack on it and the SUV down on the corner, check their tags.
They're local tags.
Local tags, okay. And
I can see it from here.
yeah, and I don't see it. That's not a Suburban back there.
Nope.
These are all local tags for looks like completely.
Looks like it to me. I mean, they usually have Suburbans and Chargers.
Yeah. Now, over here is their helo pad over here.
Okay. It doesn't even look like it's been cleaned.
Yeah, it's barely got anything cleared off in the center.
All right, yeah, you can't put down a military Metalift helicopter in that without making a huge mess. That's it right there across the street from you?
You see the sign right in front calling it the
Yeah.
helipad.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, they would have already been in there cleaning that up. Because you can't, if you set a helicopter in there right now, you couldn't get the patient off the chopper and across that snowdrift. And I don't see any way in and out of that thing, do you?
Well, we're going to pull over there and show you, get you a better shot.
Okay.
There is a shovel pad.
We have, ooh, that guy looks like the same guy from the New York Times. What are you doing, Brett?
Well, let's go talk to the guy from the New York Times.
I think I'm wrong. Keep going. He's pulling around so I can give you a better shot of the
All right.
helicopter pad here. This is it. It's on my side here. This is
Okay, so they have cleaned the entrance, I see. Well, is that where that path goes?
That's it.
All right, so they've cleaned they've cleaned the entrance, and they could set something down there. I think it would be cleaner, quite honestly, if they were expecting heavy traffic. And, you know, understand, people, I'm just trying to dissect something here, because we just don't do fear. What we want to do is information. And, you know, we don't want a whole bunch of people freaked out and scared to death and all ramped up and hemorrhoided up and asteroided up and androided up and all that kind of stuff about this. If somebody's making stuff up and playing games.
On my side here, the fencing. Slow down, Brett. Don't be fast. I don't want to make it big.
Yeah, signal's getting a little choppy.
Yeah. Just crawl. Their roads aren't the best here, so
Right. Understandable. All right, I don't see any signs of a preparation for mass casualties.
No.
So what I'm kind of thinking is this is a response. This is a response exercise. Somebody did this to measure response time.
Here's the barricade.
Basic barricade.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is the sheriff? Is the
I can take you around to the front.
All right. Swing over to the courthouse and the sheriff's department if you could. Everybody keeps saying they're walled up. I was wondering just how walled up they are.
Well, we're heading over to the front of it right now.
All right.
So that was the side of the house. Okay, hold on. That is the front of the courthouse. Can you see? They do have some barricades.
Right.
You do have sheriff out there watching for anybody trying to come in.
If you wanted to just get out of your car and try to go in the courthouse, would you be able to?
He just waved at you.
Yeah.
Think he talked?
Walk up.
Do you think he? Yeah. Do you think he talked to you?
Yeah, he might.
Never hurts to ask.
Yep.
At least it hasn't so far.
Yep. Wonder what you want us to ask him. This could get fun.
Well, I don't know. We could always ask him why they've over barricaded it to a certain degree, and then if they have heard anything, of course he wouldn't answer you honestly. But if you can get a good shot of his eyes, I can tell you if he's lying. His eyes will dilate, and you'll look up and to the left if he's lying to you. And see if he's heard anything about some kind of raid getting ready to go down on anyone.
How you doing? Well, we're getting that way.
Just stick your hand out and give him a good handshake.
Hi, Sheriff Bobby.
I'm back.
Hello, Matt. How the heck are
I'm
you?
doing well. Thank you for asking.
I'm Brett.
Brett, good
We're streaming live.
Yeah,
This
we're
is,
with Revolution Radio and Readout News.
Okay.
We're independent media,
Okay. Good.
and we hadn't met you yet.
No, you haven't met me. Or
No,
us, maybe.
no, I don't think I met any of y'all up here. But we wanted to. We wanted to ask you about the barricades. Have y'all been like threatened with a nuclear attack or something?
That's a good question. I don't think so. You know what I can do is I can see if our PIO is available. He's been out here a couple times today. I don't know if he's still inside or not.
He's probably drying off, huh?
Yeah, he may be. Let me ask. Sunbird from Max PIO available. Maybe we'll be on their way.
Oh,
Just so you see how
excellent.
that goes. Speed of government, right?
Yeah.
Right away, don't they?
All right. Shake the deputy's hand for me.
Is that
Oh.
Pete? Is that Pete?
No.
Oh, hell no. This is Nighthawk from Revolution Radio. We're actually out there documenting instead of creating and making news.
Gosh darn it, I'm going to get myself in trouble now.
Doing great. What we've been doing is we've been out there a few days and we're just talking to people, trying to get a feel for, what's really going on, if you understand what I'm saying. And just understanding, the locals, and so people can see that this isn't like, Benghazi getting ready to go down out there, and kind of turn down the fear, and maybe some dialogue will get going, and all this back and forth stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree 100%. We've had some from the refuge, some from all over come and chat, and we've had real friendly, great conversations. So there's been nothing real tense aside from, I would just say, precaution in general, like we would do is with officer safety on any situation. And we've had some great contacts. As a matter of fact, I haven't seen any bad ones, any hostile ones, anything of that nature. So, I think that does need to be shared and be reported that, things are pretty, pretty docile. And, we all want to see dialogue open up as well. And I think that that's a little bit above us. And I think it's probably going to continue at that level. And we're excited for it. We're just here to help the community and make sure everybody stays safe. That's what we do as deputies anyway. So
yes, my wife is a former deputy. My mother is a former deputy, so I understand. All right, Officer Billings, how are you doing?
You too, sir. Appreciate it.
Having us. People have been great. Here's a card for the contact person for you guys.
Okay.
Thank you.
Are they not able to come down?
They don't seem to be available at this time. They wanted us to pass a card on to you.
Okay.
Well, I appreciate that.
My pleasure.
And we will come back.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hey,
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Stand by for a second. There has been a rather viral news story that the FBI is setting up to raid and putting trauma teams in the hospitals and all kinds of stuff. And of course, no matter what you say, if you don't say what they want you to say, then they're not going to believe it. But what do you think about that story that's going around?
Well, I'm a deputy sheriff standing on the front gate. protecting here and this place and the folks and doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But can't speak directly to it. But yeah, it's that's funny. I would say.
Yeah, that's
Not funny as in a joke. I'm not making light of any of those reports, not in any way, shape, or form. But
You mean funny like unusual?
funny, like probably not true. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. So everybody here is working on the solution. Other than that.
Well,
all
we
right,
appreciate-
sir. I appreciate your time and honesty.
Thank you all.
Sir.
Appreciate it. You have a good one?
I'm a handshaker. I would hug you because I'm a big hugger too.
But we're all wet right now.
Y'all have a good one.
Take care.
Yeah, I tried to give our sheriff a hug once. He said, no, not until the handcuffs are off. All right, and see, that's the first time this has happened on the internet. Have you seen anybody go up to that monster of a barricade and actually ask a question? I haven't. This is the first time I've seen this. What do you think?
Anybody talking is when you get a whole bunch of cars and guns going, and that's, not the most friendly, but, everybody has their own way. This one is mine.
This is excellent. And that's why you're doing such a good job for us, because it's our way too. Shake a hand.
Everybody asked me if I was armed. I said, I am armed just like Obama. I have a phone and a pen.
Yep. Oh, and Jennifer has a shovel and a mouth.
There you go. Okay. Well, I'm back inside where I can finally try and dry my phone out here.
All right. Well, it kind of looks like we've kind of come to the conclusion on that. We have the meeting town hall meeting or something tonight? Did I lose you? Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
Okay, hold on.
There you go. Now I can hear you.
Okay.
All right. So, all right. So we have this meeting tonight at the high school with the judge, right?
Right.
All right. I think that would be the most important place for us to be. I won't be disrespectful of Chris N. Hall and what happened last night. I'll just leave it alone. But I don't see any reason for us to be there or any reason for us to be anywhere but where the judge is doing his thing at the high school. What do you guys think?
Well, that's absolutely true, but they're not going to open the doors at the high school before 6:45.
Right.
They've
Well,
already made that very clear.
I'll have an extra pizza and an extra beer and stay up late. Because that's what, 9:30 for me.
Yes, and it'll probably. I'm listening to everybody talk around here, and I'm thinking maybe an hour.
Right. Well, that's cool.
Depending on how much he's going to let everybody talk.
Right. Well, just talk loud and often.
Okay. Well, we plan on being there around 6:30 so that we can get in the front lines here.
All right. I've also determined that they've made it a drinking game of how many times we say constitutional or patriot, and we don't want to get everybody in the country drunk. So let's just not say those words 32 times.
Is that for real? Oh, that sounds like fun.
We're working those phrases into it.
Yeah, I've been watching some stuff on my Facebook, and they've made a drinking game out of watching Pete Santilli, and every time he says constitutional or patriot, they drink.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know. The biggest thing is that the media doesn't be, when they start making a joke out of alternative media, it's over. So.
Well, did you see the reactions to these two deputies here when Pete's name came up?
Yeah.
Just checking.
Yeah, and they thought I was Pete. Do I sound like Pete?
Well, you're different, depending on the device you're on. I mean,
yeah, that's true. Maybe I should use my DJ voice.
I'm going to let you go. We're going to go get something to eat, and take an hour off and get ready for everything else.
All right, have a beer on me.
You will.
All right, talk to you later.
All right, bye-bye.
Yep, bye. All right, folks, there you go. That's all the news that is the news. Get this thing out of here, out of the way. So that's, in my opinion, let's see. Do you really want to see my ugly face? I don't think so. Last night, I put my ugly face up, and then everybody was, oh my God, I did a video last night of my personal opinion on several things. And, oh my God, the trolley crap was absolutely, it was horrific. It was like, you know, sometimes when I'm thinking, I close my eyes when I speak, and depending on how tired I am, I tend to, now, you know, I do have a drink, but, you know, I have a little bit of a slur anyway, just from that occurred after a fever stroke that I had after having the swine flu years ago. When I get tired, one side of my tongue, which is pretty much numb all the time, starts hitting my teeth, and of course it makes me sound like that. And then I have these guys going, well, he's either drunk or he's on drugs or all that. Of course, you know, YouTube is one of the most despicable, horrific trolley places in the planet, and I guess I shouldn't. I've learned pretty well after 5 years of radio to not keep my heart completely on my sleeve. But, you know, sometimes you just go, when you're making your personal opinion about something and then it gets attacked, you get a little offended, of course. So I'll finish my last few minutes. Let me get this on right with my spider-filled sombrero. There we go. Some guy called me this morning and says, I love your sombrero. You know, I think this thing, the head hole must have been made for a 5-year-old. Of course, my grandfather bought this for me in Acapulco when I was 7 back in the 70s. And spiders like to live in the hole. So I always got to check it and make sure there isn't a death flying cricket spider in there getting ready to suck my brains out or something. Yeah, sometimes you just got to be a little bit humor. You got to have a sense of humor about this, or you've lost, if you know what I mean. Yeah, we'll be back tonight from the schoolhouse with the judge, and see what we can get from there. It's I usually go to bed at 8 because I get up at 3 or 4 in the morning. So I'm going to do everything I can. Just stay up late. I may go to bed once we get the live stream going and let Sherry know that when she's done, just hang up. But hopefully that all works out and we get the information. Chris Ann Hall Blocks Press. I have my own personal feelings about that. I went into last night. Of course, that got a bunch of panties in a wad. But, you know, you look into my eyes. You can't be preaching the Constitution if you're going to cherry pick the Constitution. Am I right? I'm right. So there we go. And then Pete's going, everybody's focused on him in some video I saw earlier today. Well, it's because he's the only one getting out, or was the only one getting out there for quite some time. Suspicious in its own right, in my opinion. And this whole other story, I hope it's not true. I don't think it's true. I think it was the government, maybe, or somebody malicious on another side, or, you know, there are so many trolley people, COINTELPRO, provocateurs. I could point a whole bunch of videos at you describing exactly, you know, what's going down with some of these agent provocateurs that are doing this, and then you have other people that are just they're just grossly what is the word grossly narcissistic, and then they want so bad to be the one to be there. And, you know, I've been guilty of that a little bit myself one time. I want to be the guy there to get the scoop. I run a media company, alternative media company. I have, you know, we're mostly radio over here at freedomslips.com, but we have 90 hosts, and it's a lot of work. Here, let me show you some. I don't know if I can make this work or not, right? But because it's so far across the room. All right, duck, Miss Elizabeth. You don't want to be on camera here. I gotta. All right, let's see if I can get this up. This is the radio station. I sit there all day, and that's not it. There's another one around the corner, and my wife's sitting at the other one. I mean, there's literally, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up behind that board right there is the fifth one, the fifth server, and Liz running 6, and I'm on 7, which is our TV server. And then people have been giving me a little grief about my live streaming abilities, but you know, I just started learning to do this literally a week ago, and you know, we're getting better. We're getting better. I think we're getting better anyway.
You're giving you some.
Yeah. Liz goes, if they're giving you so much grief, tell them to do it themselves. Well, yeah, you got to kind of agree with that, right? So, anywho, I'm going to get ready to sign off here. I'm going to leave a little blank space so the live stream doesn't just go crux out on everybody until it's done, because we have other news outlets that are also re-streaming our stream. And I don't want them to get cruxed out while we're doing this. So there'll be about 60 to, or let's see, I have my delay set to 2 minutes so it doesn't buffer. So there'll be about 2 minutes of just nothing but all of our badges, and then we'll be dropping off air. And hopefully, if everything works out right, we will be back tonight at 9:30 Eastern time, I think, 6:30 Pacific time. With the meeting at the schoolhouse with the judge. Thank you very much for tuning in. Don't forget to help stop out Freedom Slips, hit our support site, and you know, type down, you know, there's notes to sell, or if you want to donate to help keep these reporters out there, you know, just type in you know, coverage out there at coverage in Oregon, and then I'll make sure that goes into that separate fund to help fund them being out there. Thank you very much. Nighthawk, Revolution Radio, freedomslips.com. Look into my eyes. You are getting hypnotized. Later. Good night.
Modify that old saying.